Yo, what's going on? It's that fucking guy, knotlocks.
Lighting out here is crazy right now. Yeah.
Today's video, Fat Trel, the mandem, who puts the blunt ash in his dreadlocks. What? Say word, homie. Dread review today coming right at you guys. So stay tuned, stay subscribed. This is Knot Nation.
Well, I got money, I got power, just got rid of my tap. Cause that bitch had too many bodies, just read up and finesse. I got my niggas out your wallet, 223 E through vest. UUV hit your block, yellow tape on that.
Squatting with Chief Keef in that last video, Fat Trel from Washington, DC, holding down the dread game since time ago. Since these little twists, you can see the cylindrical thin locks that he had in the early stages, here being maybe 2 years in the game, 3 years. The retwists were evident as we see his scalp showing, and seeing how neat they were. Definitely seeing a loctician to have this done usually costs you as about $60 each time you go. You can of course figure out how to do this yourself. It's not too difficult. Basically just need hair clips and gel, liquid gel and water, and some twisting actions. But here on Fat Trel, it shows how the twists mature after they've been twisted from a fresh start. And in the more recent photos, we see him not doing the retwisting action as often as in the past, as in the early stages when he had it right down to the roots. Scalp was exposed, and in these photos now onwards we see no scalp whatsoever. And if you leave your roots undone and unmaintained, they start to go a bit flat and start to Congo up a little bit, which I feel like we start to see in pictures like this. Over on the left hand side of the screen, you can see one dread that's kind of like a dragon tail, a fish tail. Rocking lots of hats, of course. Washington getting cold winters, the locks become evident. Tams become very useful. I highly suggest it. And toques also work really well, such as the one he's wearing. Pictures like this, he's got the ponytail happening, the half ponytail, and I feel like in this stage he starts to go a little bit more unkept with his locks, opposed to getting them twisted all the time. And this, of course, being a better choice for your lock journey. It just takes a bit more patience and confidence.
It's too much paper chase, she wasn't relevant. I'm sipping medicine, my nurse a veteran. I'm two-stepping bitches reaching for my letterman.
And with the dreads being unkept, we get roots that begin to look kind of puffy, poofy, and in time this new sectioning will dread up. You just have to leave it. Of course you could just let it poof up for a while and then go and get it retwisted 6 months later or so, but if you actually just leave it, it will start to dread and combine into other locks, creating congos and wicks in a sense. Photos like this here with Fat Trel, his locks showing much new growth, much afroness underneath his dreads. And here as well we can see that the front dreads have a lot of new growth that is almost dreading a little flat. He's not having it twisted right down to the scalp. This is a great photo of Fat Trel with the dreads, of course. And photos like this, we see the pineapple top epically enhanced. And it seems to be that the dreads hanging down from the top or the nape is pretty thin. These dreads probably being about 3 to 4 years old at this point. And you do see some different shapes happening in the locks. They go from thin to fat, kind of flat even. Very unique looking dreads, I must say. Especially so since he's gone unkept for a long while.
I ride with my niggas, I die with my niggas, I'm dirty with 30s and semis. A birdie is with me, I'm nervous, I'm swerving, I pray and I hope Lord forgive me. You bustin', you hit me, you must not forget to finish me, I'm taking you away. Young niggas don't play in my city, that shit not okay in my city.
That city of Washington, D.C., signed under Rick Ross, Maybach Music nowadays. But this photo specifically, lots of new growth. Holy moly, you see a lot of Congo actually happening here. If you were to leave this, the weekend effect would take place straight away. And in the next photos, we see mug shots of what he's kind of going for these days. Unfortunately, he didn't go for the weekend look, as he started to get his dreads braided a lot more, and there was actually some yarn seen or some string seen in some of these dreads, but definitely taking on the braided effect these days, switching up his hairstyle even more so, not being as free-formed as much. I feel he'd be going back to twisting his roots at this point, but with his hair being the way it was before, it's not impossible that he's just getting his free form or unkept locks twisted into braids. But you can definitely see now he's gone right back down to the roots, to the scalp of his locks, basically implementing a little bit of pain each time that he does that. It's never an easy process. I've even had to take Advil or Tylenol because of the pain from getting it braided. Sometimes it's so tight, I swear, but it's part of the game. It's a pretty cool look. 2-strand twists in this picture. He flops between the 2-strand twists and the braids, the 3-strand braids. It seems like, for example, here one of his front dreads is braided. Some of them are twisted this time around, but always seems to be rocking the braid locks. What do you guys think of the braid locks? I do feel that if you keep the braid locks in for too long and you wash with them in there for too long, then you can definitely be susceptible to mold and mildew happening in your locks. Pretty much the only thing you need to be careful of if you have braid locks in is really wash them out well once you take them out, and then dry them and do it over again. But I'm gonna end this video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Knot Nation, Knotlocks, Fat Trel. I appreciate you guys stopping by here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. One love. Oh, and also, why did Fat Trel put the ash in his hair? There's another video to come after this, but if you guys can answer in the comments down below, that would be really cool. It actually has a meaning to it, but we'll do a next video on this. Peace out. Adios. Wow.